Past couple of weeks, where would you say is a spot where the defense has succeeded overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think every game's a little bit different. I thought, one thing that I think that we've done the last couple of weeks is we've gotten stops when we needed them. And I think that shows some of the character that we got on the group. Miami, end of the game, we had to get the ball back, forced a fumble. And this past week, we got 2 stops at the end of the game that were obviously critical. We got the red zone turnover where we were able to turn into points at the end of the first half. So, our guys have showed a certain kind of mental toughness and, kind of an aptitude to finish things. And, I think that pays dividends down as we keep going on down the road.
Have you been able to do more with the defense in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think we have gotten to do a lot more, especially in third down situations, and that's just them feeling more comfortable with the system, just kind of how it works week to week. What my installation plans look like from week to week, and I think they've done a good job in terms of our execution the last couple of weeks. Is in terms of our third down pressure stuff has been really really good.
Is an example of doing more that third down play that you got to stop when Jalen got the sack and J.K. had the blitz?
Yeah, they did a great job in terms of executing. I kind of thought in terms of scheming it up that would be there, the way that they protected our cross dog stunt, that if the safety down the chute, and our kids did a great job of executing. We'd like to finish it, get JK to finish that thing off, but that was a big play, obviously forced quarterback to pull it down, and Jalen did a good job of finishing it.
Are you pleased with the progression that the front line's made, especially about the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, I thought the D line has really come along pretty good. I didn't think last week was our best effort, but then 2 weeks ago against Miami, I thought they played as good as a front has played since I've been here. So we're flashing, we're showing signs. We get all those guys back for the most part, except for DeJuan. So I'm excited about what the D-line could look like going forward, and we just got to keep progressing with the next couple of weeks.
Is there a correlation between an aggressive defensive scheme and turnovers? I know this season it's 13 turnovers. 2015 was that bend don't break style. It's 26 turnovers. Does being more aggressive lead to less opportunity to take the ball away?
Not necessarily. We play a lot more pattern match than we did probably in 2016. And when you are more aggressive pattern match-wise, you don't get the benefit of the overthrows or the bad throws. We got a lot of backs to the ball, but the turnovers, the takeaway is something we stress, and I think they'll continue to come because sometimes aggressive football forces mistakes from the offensive side too. So I don't know if there's a correlation between being aggressive and takeaways, but we certainly like to get more than we're getting. I think what we look for is to a game, and there's been 4 or 5 games where we've been able to do that, and the other ones we haven't.
What has most impressed you about the guys just kind of sticking together? No fracturing on the team, the pointing fingers and all that, at least that we've seen.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have been a really resilient group, and there really hasn't been anything behind the scenes that would lead you to think anything else either. I mean, they're a close group. There's a lot of camaraderie. I think there's a lot of leadership. I can't speak enough of the leadership that we have, especially defensively. MJ Stewart's done a great job. Donnie Miles, even with him being hurt, has done a good job just being around the guys. Cole Holcomb's done a nice job. Malik Carney's done a good job. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have kind of taken some ownership and really done a good job keeping these guys together.
What has Donnie's role been? Has he been out?
Yeah, more just a kind of a leadership role. He traveled with us to the Pitt game, which is not something that Coach Fedora does often. We don't travel injured players very often, but and he said he said some words to the team, which I thought was spot on, and so he can still be that leader even if he's not on the field, at least emotionally.
Was that the stuff about the new season?
Yeah, just we can finish this thing however we want to finish it, and it kind of goes back to what we've been talking about really since the beginning, is that you control what you can control, and right now all we can control is November and the last couple games we got, and hopefully end on a good note, and because no player in that locker room, no coach is going to be pleased with the end result of the year. No one is. But you can make the best of the situation that you're in and finish strong and hopefully build some recruiting momentum, build some momentum going into the offseason and get things squared away for 2018.
What growth and improvement have you seen out of Kingsley Collins this year?
You know, he's a lot more dependable. I think he feels more comfortable. There's a lot fewer missed assignments on his part, so he's playing a lot faster. And you know, with confidence, you know, you can see him just kind of starting to grow and really start to make more plays, and you know, which is great. I mean, which is what you hope to see out of the season.
Thanks, Coach.